All your viewers of Morning Life, I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much.
And the place in Mpumalanga is buzzing with the ANC, so we're up and about here.
I can see that. And many of the officials are wearing the T-shirts, looking cool, calm, and collected. As I said a little bit earlier, a little bit relaxed, but there's a hive of activity, I can imagine.
Yeah, indeed. As you know, all members of the National Executive Committee and other structures of the organization have been here since the last weekend to ensure that we move into the length and breadth of Mpumalanga, to ensure that tomorrow at Mbombela Stadium we fill the stadium, as well as other people will be outside the stadium so that they can hear the message from the president of the ANC, Jacob Zuma, releasing the manifesto, as well as issuing the January 8 statement of the National Executive Committee.
It's a three-pronged approach this year. It's the Jan 8 statement, the election manifesto. We also have the 102nd birthday celebrations. But what I want to know from you is, what can we expect in terms of the election manifesto?
Well, I think we have to wait tomorrow to hear what the president will be saying on the manifesto that has already been approved by the National Executive Committee. But I think we should expect that the key issue that is going to be answered tomorrow is how we're going to be moving this economy forward in order to ensure that jobs are created in our country, because that is the cry that we see around our country. So the ANC will provide that answer, but at the moment we cannot preempt what is going to be happening. But we'll be starting this evening where the president will be unveiling the manifesto, but the actual nuts and bolts of the manifesto will be released by the president at the stadium at 10 o'clock at Mbombela Stadium.
Well, we were secretly hoping for a bit of a scoop here on Morning Live, that you could possibly give us some more information. But we understand the issue of poverty, the issue of jobs creation, obviously will be a part of the forefront as to what the manifesto will address. It is an issue that's ongoing in South Africa and of importance. But I want to bring in the prickly issue of the NDP and whether or not that will be touched on in your understanding.
Well, as you know, Ayanda, the National Development Plan was approved by the ANC, was also approved by Cabinet and by Parliament and the majority of South Africans from all cross-sections of South African society. So this is our roadmap to our Vision 2030 in order to ensure that this triangle of unemployment, poverty and inequality can be eradicated in our country. We are calling upon all South Africans to leave no stone unturned, to come to the party with us as government and ANC as an alliance as a whole, so that we can be able to deal with the scourge of unemployment, especially the youth. The youth is crying out for jobs in our country, for education, for training. So these are the issues that are central to the ANC's thinking at the present moment, so that by 2013 we can have significantly reduced those levels of unemployment, poverty and inequality.
The tripartite alliance has seen somewhat of a hiccup or two, hurdles. It's been a bumpy past couple of months for the tripartite alliance. I want to know from you, that three-pronged approach that we spoke about earlier, the January 8 statement, the election manifesto and the 102nd birthday anniversary. How are you planning to use all of these occasions or events or statements in order to bring more unity to the alliance?
Well, as you know, Ayanda and your viewers, that unity is the bedrock on which the ANC was founded. So we shall leave no stone unturned in our quest to have maximum unity amongst the ANC, the alliance, and the people of South Africa as a whole. We're also deeply concerned about what we see, especially in COSATU, but we must be rest assured that we are leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that that unity prevails. I'm very confident that all those issues will be addressed by the president. We need to ensure that we move forward so that these central issues of unity and job creation are attained in our country.
We know that President Jacob Zuma will perhaps hint as to what will be in the State of the Nation address. We can read into that, perhaps, we journalists, when we hear the January 8 statement, when we hear the election manifesto. So what I want to know from you is that those who are not ANC supporters, what can they glean from the manifesto and the Jan 8 statement?
Well, the manifesto, when you hear it from the president tomorrow at the Mbombela Stadium, is not only an ANC document, because it was not fashioned and drafted by only ANC members. We had manifesto forums throughout the length and breadth of South Africa in all the 9 provinces. Different stakeholders participated in it. We had an alliance meeting in order to deal with these issues of a manifesto about the burning issues that pertain to the people of South Africa. So I'm very confident that the manifesto will be representing the aspirations of all people of South Africa, even beyond the African National Congress, because we are not only the ruling party representing ANC, but we represent the majority of South Africans. So this manifesto will be speaking to the soul of the South African nation.
It seems to me when you talk of the manifesto forums that you got the mandate from the people, that the information was merely consolidated, if you will, by the NEC members. What did the ordinary South Africans on the street bring up as perhaps top 5 or top 6 issues that they'd want to see addressed in the manifesto?
As I've indicated, we've been in all the 9 provinces and also targeted municipalities throughout the country. The burning issue in South Africa today is jobs, jobs and more jobs. Youth unemployment is rife. People want training. They want skills development. They also want the eradication of corruption. So these are some of these major issues. The lack of service delivery in certain municipalities. So these issues are the issues that the ANC intends to address in this manifesto, so that we can be able to ensure that we accelerate the creation of a better life for the people of this great nation.
And I suppose, lastly, we know that in the 1999 manifesto, the issue of youth unemployment also came up there. Just this year, we've seen the tax incentive been put into place. So it does seem that there is a correlation between the manifesto and actual implementation on the ground. I want to know from you, how do you plan on dismissing the myth that this is just mere electioneering, these are just promises, and that they'll fall by the wayside once you are re-elected into power?
Well, it's not electioneering. It's very deep-seated problems that we have in our country. And as you know, even on issues of youth incentive schemes, the president signed into law this youth incentive scheme, which has become law from the 1st of January, which indicates our deep-seated concern and determination to ensure that we focus on the issues to promote the youth. Because if we cannot do things for the youth of this country, the future is bleak. So the ANC is very confident that it will bring hope to the youth of this nation, who are the future leaders of South Africa.
We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much. And I must just say, Morning Live will be broadcasting live from the Mbombela Stadium tomorrow morning. So we hope to see Minister Jeff Radebe there. And our thanks to him again, speaking to us in his capacity as head of policy. And Valen